In the heart of Rastafarianism lies a deep connection to divine spirituality, liberation, and a call for justice and unity. For those who follow this faith, prayer is not merely a ritual, it's a powerful tool for spiritual awakening and a direct line to the Creator, Jah. Throughout Rastafarian practice, prayers are infused with profound meaning, offering strength, guidance, and solace to those who seek it. Whether it's invoking the name of Haile Selassie the Shh or calling for liberation from oppression, these prayers are deeply rooted in the tradition's core beliefs of righteousness, unity, and a return to Zion. In this video, we'll dive deep into the 7 most powerful prayers in Rastafarianism, exploring the divine messages they carry and the role they play in the daily lives of Rastafarians worldwide. From the modified Our Father to the prayer of liberation, each prayer encapsulates a unique aspect of the Rastafarian journey, one that's centered on healing, thanksgiving, and a commitment to justice. Join us as we explore how these prayers not only connect believers to the divine, but also fuel their ongoing fight for freedom, peace, and unity. Let's begin the journey into the spiritual heart of Rastafarianism. In Rastafarianism, prayer is more than just an act of devotion. It is a reaffirmation of the divine presence in daily life. One of the most significant prayers in the Rastafarian tradition is the modified Our Father, or the Lord's Prayer. While this prayer is commonly known across Christianity, Rastafarians have adapted it to reflect their unique spiritual beliefs, especially their connection to Haile Selassie I and the concept of Zion. The prayer begins, "Our Father, who art in Zion," a direct acknowledgement of the Rastafarian belief that Zion is the spiritual home of the righteous, the eternal resting place where peace, unity, and liberation prevail. The term Zion refers not only to a physical location, but to a sacred space that represents freedom, justice, and a divine connection to Jah, the Creator. For Rastafarians, it is a symbol of both a geographical and spiritual return to their roots, Ethiopia, the land of their ancestors. Next, the prayer continues, "Hallowed be thy name." This statement echoes the reverence Rastafarians have for Jah, the Most High, and Haile Selassie III, whom they regard as the earthly manifestation of Jah. The name of Jah is sacred, and calling it out in prayer invokes divine energy and protection. When they pray, Rastafarians ask for the will of Jah to be done, just as it is in heaven, seeking to live in accordance with his divine law. They acknowledge that though they face hardships on earth, they are striving toward a higher spiritual path, one where justice, righteousness, and unity reign. "Give us this day our daily bread" isn't just about physical sustenance, but refers to the spiritual nourishment that Rastafarians believe keeps them grounded. It's a plea for divine strength to maintain their principles, to live in truth, and to resist the temptations and injustices that plague the world. As the prayer moves to a request for forgiveness, and "forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us," it serves as a reminder of the importance of reconciliation and peace within the Rastafarian community. Just as they ask Jah for mercy, they must also extend mercy to others, particularly in times of conflict or oppression. Finally, the prayer ends with a plea for protection. "Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil." For Rastafarians, this is a recognition of the struggle against the negative forces in society: oppression, injustice, and materialism. It is a request for strength to avoid the corrupting influences of Babylon and to stay true to the path of righteousness. In sum, the modified Our Father serves as a deep spiritual guide for Rastafarians, aligning their daily lives with the will of Jah and reminding them of their divine purpose, to strive for peace, unity, and liberation. The Selassie prayer is perhaps the most significant prayer for Rastafarians, as it directly invokes the name of Haile Selassie I, whom they regard as the living God on earth. Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, was crowned in 1930, and his leadership, vision, and wisdom have made him the central figure in Rastafarian theology. For Rastafarians, he represents the fulfillment of divine prophecy and the manifestation of Jah's will on earth. The prayer opens with the words, "O Lord, Creator of the universe, we give thanks and praise to Thee." This beginning immediately places the prayer in a posture of gratitude. By acknowledging Jah as the Creator, Rastafarians express their reverence for the divine force that governs the world, recognizing the fundamental spiritual truth that all life flows from Jah. As the prayer continues, "Guide us with your wisdom and protect us with your love." Rastafarians are acknowledging the trials of life, especially the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. The request for guidance and protection reflects the difficulties Rastafarians face as they challenge systems of oppression, particularly the colonial and imperial forces that have historically oppressed the African diaspora. The prayer not only calls on Jah's wisdom to navigate these challenges, but also seeks his love, which Rastafarians believe is the most powerful force in the universe. Love is central to the Rastafarian philosophy, and this line calls on that divine love to offer solace, healing, and protection. "May we walk in the path of righteousness and justice," the prayer continues, further reinforcing the Rastafarian commitment to living morally and spiritually upright lives. The notion of justice is deeply embedded in Rastafarian thought, with Haile Selassie I serving as a beacon of moral integrity. For Rastafarians, his leadership is a reminder that righteousness and justice must guide their actions, both in their personal lives and in their broader struggles for social change. The Selassie I prayer concludes with a reaffirmation of faith in Haile Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. This phrase is not just a salutation, it is a declaration of their belief in Haile Selassie I's divinity. By calling out to Jah and Selassie I in this way, Rastafarians reaffirm their spiritual allegiance to the Emperor and to the divine presence they see in him. Through this prayer, Rastafarians not only ask for help in times of need, but also affirm their ongoing connection to the divine. It is a prayer that roots them in their faith, reminds them of their mission, and calls them to live with courage, integrity, and a commitment to justice. The Jah Rastafari chant. One of the most recognizable aspects of Rastafarian worship is the Jah Rastafari chant. This chant is often repeated in a rhythmic and hypnotic manner, invoking the name of Jah and Haile Selassie I, while creating a sense of unity and collective strength. The chant is not just words, it's an expression of faith, an invitation for divine presence, and a call for justice and liberation. Ethiopian chant. The chant is simple but powerful. Jah Rastafari. Hail him. Hail him. With each repetition, the words grow in intensity and meaning. Jah refers to the Rastafarian name for God, while Rastafari is the title given to Haile Selassie I, the living God, in their belief. By chanting, Hail him, Rastafarians honor Haile Selassie I, calling for his blessings and guidance. The chanting of Hail him is a direct proclamation of faith in the divinity of Haile Selassie I, and it is a public expression of belief in his power and authority, not just as a monarch, but as the divine ruler sent to guide humanity. This chant is a collective action that reinforces the sense of community and shared belief among Rastafarians. The repetitive nature of the chant serves as a spiritual tool to enter a meditative state, to open the mind and heart to the presence of Jah. Through the rhythm of the chant, Rastafarians align themselves with divine will, focusing on the belief that by calling on Jah and Selassie the Fee, they are not only invoking divine protection, but also empowering themselves with the strength and wisdom to face the trials of life. While the Jah Rastafari chant is a simple prayer, it is deeply potent. It has the power to transform the energy of a room, a community, and an individual. When said in unison, the chant creates an atmosphere of collective empowerment. Each voice adds strength to the whole, building a sense of spiritual solidarity that resonates through the hearts of those who participate. For Rastafarians, Ethiopia holds profound spiritual significance. As the birthplace of Haile Selassie I and the land that represents the ancient civilization of Africa, Ethiopia is considered a symbol of strength, resistance, and divinity. The Ethiopian prayer reflects this reverence, invoking Jah's blessing and protection over the land and its people. The prayer begins, "O Jah, bless the land of Ethiopia," immediately acknowledging the divine role that Ethiopia plays in the Rastafarian worldview. For Rastafarians, Ethiopia is not just a country. It is a spiritual homeland, a place of refuge, and a symbol of the eternal struggle against oppression and injustice. The prayer acknowledges the country's historical significance and the role it plays in the identity of Rastafarians. Bless the birthplace of our kings and queens, the prayer continues, referring to Ethiopia's ancient monarchy, including the royal lineage of Haile Selassie. This line highlights the respect Rastafarians have for Ethiopia's rich heritage, which they believe is intrinsically linked to their own spiritual and cultural roots. As the prayer asks for protection over the land and people of Ethiopia, it serves as a reminder of the continuous need for divine intervention in the face of global injustices. For Rastafarians, Ethiopia stands as a beacon of hope and resilience, and their prayer reflects a desire for the land to continue to thrive and resist the forces of colonization and exploitation. The Ethiopian prayer is not just a prayer for the land. It is a prayer for the collective spirit of all people of African descent. By invoking the protection of Jah over Ethiopia, Rastafarians are also asking for divine blessings over the entire African diaspora and the struggles they face. The prayer of liberation. Rastafarianism is deeply rooted in the themes of liberation and freedom. The prayer of liberation reflects this central theme, calling for deliverance from oppression and the restoration of dignity to the oppressed peoples of the world. This prayer is particularly significant for those in the African diaspora, whose ancestors were enslaved and displaced across the globe. The prayer begins with a call for divine intervention in the face of injustice. O Jah, deliver us from the chains of Babylon. Babylon, in Rastafarianism, refers to the oppressive systems of the world, colonialism, imperialism, and materialism that have historically exploited and oppressed people of African descent. Babylon is symbolic of everything that stands against justice, equality, and spiritual freedom. By calling upon Jah for deliverance, Rastafarians acknowledge their continuous struggle against these forces and express their hope that one day they will be freed from the grips of Babylon. Break the chains that bind us, the prayer continues, referring to both literal and metaphorical chains, slavery, systemic racism, and societal constraints that limit spiritual and physical freedom. It is a request for divine strength to break through the walls that have confined people for generations. This line echoes the Rastafarian belief that true liberation can only come through divine intervention. While the material world can be a difficult and oppressive place, the power of Jah is limitless and can free people from any form of bondage. Guide us to Zion, our promised land. The prayer further invokes the Rastafarian ideal of Zion, the promised land of spiritual and social freedom. Zion is seen not only as a physical place, but as a state of mind and a way of life, where peace, justice, and unity reign. For Rastafarians, returning to Zion means reconnecting with their spiritual roots, where they can live free from the corruption and falsehoods of Babylon. The prayer ends with an invocation for spiritual strength. Empower us to resist evil, to stand firm in righteousness. Rastafarians see the struggle for liberation as not only political or social, but spiritual. This plea is a request for the fortitude to live according to their beliefs, to continue to fight for justice, and to keep their faith unwavering in the face of adversity. The prayer of liberation is a powerful expression of hope and defiance. It calls for freedom from physical oppression and spiritual awakening. For Rastafarians, it is a constant reminder of their mission to stand up for truth, to resist systems of control, and to build a world rooted in justice and righteousness. The prayer of healing. The prayer of healing is a significant part of Rastafarian prayer practice, not only because it addresses personal well-being, but also because it encompasses the healing of both the individual and the collective. Healing in Rastafarianism is seen as a holistic process, one that involves the body, the mind, and the spirit. This prayer reflects the Rastafarian emphasis on balance and health, both internally and externally. The prayer begins with the words, "O Jah, bless us with healing." The call for Jah's blessing is a plea for divine intervention in the face of illness or emotional turmoil. Rastafarians understand that true healing comes not only through physical remedies, but through spiritual and emotional restoration. To be healed is to be restored to a place of peace and harmony, where one can live in alignment with Jah's divine will. Let your light shine upon us, the prayer continues, invoking the divine light of Jah to bring clarity and understanding. The light represents wisdom, understanding, and the ability to see beyond the surface of life's challenges. It is a prayer for spiritual illumination, asking for the strength to overcome the darkness of disease, sorrow, or despair. For we are one with your creation, reflects the Rastafarian belief in the interconnectedness of all life. Everything in the universe is seen as part of Jah's creation, and to be healthy spiritually and physically is to live in harmony with that creation. The prayer calls for healing in all aspects of life, whether it be through emotional suffering, physical illness, or spiritual disconnect. As the prayer continues, it emphasizes unity. Heal our hearts, our minds, and our bodies. The body, mind, and spirit are seen as inseparable in Rastafarianism, and healing one aspect of a person will inevitably affect the others. The prayer asks for a return to wholeness, a restoration of balance, and a return to a state of spiritual health. The prayer of healing ends with a plea for Jah's continued guidance and protection. Guide us with your love and your wisdom. It reinforces the idea that true healing requires ongoing support from Jah. Healing is not a one-time event, but a continuous process, and Rastafarians believe that divine guidance and wisdom are necessary for a life of balance and peace. The prayer of healing is a reminder of the Rastafarian commitment to living in harmony with Jah's divine order, understanding that well-being comes through alignment with divine principles, community, and self-awareness. The The prayer of thanksgiving. The prayer of thanksgiving holds a special place in Rastafarian worship, as it is a prayer that reflects gratitude for the blessings of life, acknowledging the goodness and grace of Jah. This prayer is a simple but powerful reminder to be thankful for the abundance of life, health, family, freedom, and the spiritual connection with Jah. The prayer begins with the phrase, "Give thanks and praise to Jah, the Creator of all things." This opening statement centers the prayer on the recognition of Jah as the source of all blessings. Rastafarians believe that everything, from the smallest moment of joy to the grandest experiences, is a gift from Jah, and therefore, gratitude is an essential part of their spiritual practice. Thank you for the breath of life. The prayer continues, acknowledging the gift of life itself. Every breath is a testament to Jah's mercy, and in this moment, the prayer calls attention to the fundamental act of existence. In Rastafarian thought, every breath is sacred and a direct connection to the divine. The prayer further emphasizes gratitude for spiritual awakening. Thank you for revealing the truth to us, for showing us the path to righteousness. Rastafarians believe that their spiritual awakening is a gift from Jah. Through their faith in Haile Selassie I and their practice of the faith, they have come to know a deeper truth about the world and their place within it. Thank you for our community and for the strength to persevere, the prayer also expresses. For Rastafarians, community is central to their belief system. They are not just individuals, but part of a larger collective, and it is within this community that they draw strength, support, and wisdom. This part of the prayer expresses gratitude for the shared commitment to righteousness, justice, and love. Finally, the prayer of thanksgiving ends with a request for continued blessings. May we always walk in your light. It is a simple request, but one that acknowledges the importance of remaining connected to Jah. It reminds Rastafarians that, in all things, they must remain humble and thankful, recognizing that every blessing is a gift from the Creator. The prayers in Rastafarianism, whether invoking the name of Jah or the guidance of Haile Selassie I, serve as a spiritual foundation for Rastafarians. They provide strength, unity, and a sense of purpose, guiding individuals and communities toward a life of righteousness, liberation, healing, and gratitude. Each prayer connects the faithful to Jah, reinforcing the commitment to justice, freedom, and truth. If you're inspired by these powerful prayers and wish to explore more about Rastafarianism, continue your journey of spiritual awakening. Embrace the teachings of Jah, and let these prayers guide you toward peace, unity, and liberation. Thank you for taking the time to explore these sacred traditions. If you'd like to learn more, please subscribe and share this message with others who seek truth and enlightenment.